What is going on, everybody? How are we all doing? And welcome to Mendy Monday, Blue Mendy, whatever you want to call it. He's finally signed. Benjamin Mendy, as of today, is now officially a Manchester City player, a transfer that's been going on for quite some time. I think for at least 3 or 4 weeks now, he seems to have been on the verge of signing in, but we bought in Kyle Walker, we bought in Danilo, and then finally the last, or well, I hope not the last, but the last of the signings that have been rumbling on for a while, Benjamin Mendy, has been completed. A player that I think myself and a lot of you out there are going to be very, very excited to see in the Premier League, and especially, of course, in a Manchester City shirt. He fills in the vacant left-back position, a position where we've literally got nobody now because of Kolarov leaving. Mendy is now our only recognised left-back in the club, which is kind of crazy. I'm thinking we're going to bring in someone else. Maybe it's going to be Ryan Bertrand, who knows yet, but focusing on Mendy, he's a player that's going to be coming in with a big reputation after a fantastic season at Monaco, did really well before they were at Marseille, and he's a player that I think ticks a lot of the boxes of what we require in our current team. I think it's amazing to see. I mentioned this very briefly in the Danilo video. It's amazing to see that we've noted our weaknesses, we've seen what they are, and we are going out there and improving them. Goalkeeper was a weakness, we brought in Addison. Wing-backs are a weakness, and we've already now brought in Kyle Walker, Danilo, and now, of course, Benjamin Mendy. But speaking a bit more of him as a player himself, of course, he is a left-back, as I've just mentioned. I think the main thing that he's going to give to City that we were lacking before is pace, energy, and just great physicality down in that left-back spot. I think when you look at Gael Clichy, obviously, he's been a great servant for us, but I think the last couple of years he's been nowhere near his best. He seemed a bit slower, he's not physically particularly strong, and he gets caught out a little bit. And I think the one thing that Benjamin Mendy has got that perhaps a lot of people aren't highlighting quite as much is he's a little bit taller than Gael Clichy, and I think that extra physicality and just the height as well could play a big part in him, and hopefully that can help him really fit in well in the Premier League. So, like I said, it's something that we have lacked in that left-back spot for a while now. It's that dynamism that hopefully Mendy can bring, the pace, the power, the energy, and hopefully his fantastic work rate as well can mean he will be nailing down that left-back spot as his own. Now, of course, we've paid a lot of money for him. The fee is reported around 50 million, but no one seems to have an exact figure, but it seems to be around the £50 million mark, which is a lot of money. But as I said with the Kyle Walker deal, if he comes in and does well, 50 million to me, I do not mind it whatsoever. He's 23 years old, he's still got a long time ahead of him, and hopefully this can be the start of a great chapter in Mendy's career at Manchester City. So Benjamin Mendy signed a 5-year deal with City. He's exactly the same as Danilo. Hopefully, like I say, can nail down that left-back spot. He's a player that I think a lot of people will know of. There's been a lot of hype generated around him over the last 12 months as a player that has really burst onto the scene. He did well at Marseille, like I said earlier, but then at Monaco, especially with his performances in the Champions League, has been absolutely outstanding. I think you saw the best of him when we actually played Monaco, when they knocked us out of the Champions League, where their attacking play, of course, they were renowned last season in the Champions League to be one of the more exciting teams to watch. And I mentioned the word dynamism earlier in the video. That is exactly what Mendy brought to that performance, and I think what Pep Guardiola and the City fans are hoping to see from him in his in the City shirt. Of course, bobbing up and down that left back spot. I mentioned it briefly in a Danilo video. I think the way we play, we're often looking for the overlap and really looking for the wing backs to stretch the game and take it to the opposition. And I think Mendy is going to be the perfect player to do that. I'm really, really pleased with the signing. You can probably see how excited I am, but I think it's exactly what we needed. Really glad we got him in. 50 million is a lot of money, but in this market, he's a player that's going to do well, I think. He's a player that we need. He improves our team, and I'm absolutely delighted. Love to hear what you guys think of the deal in the comment section down below. One that's been obviously doing the reins for a long time, was always going to happen. It's just been a matter of time, but it's very amazing, very pleasing to see that the deal has finally been done. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, what you think of Mendy, how you think he's going to get in the Premier League, if you think he's a good signing, the fee that we paid for him. Leave that all in the comment section down below. Leave a big thumbs up if you have enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all next time. Nidge out.